Well, hello, and I'm gonna continue the Path of Exile guide. My take, I got a little bit of progress. Sorry about that, I didn't know where to sort out that jewel. But basically, I am in Merciless. Yay! So, these areas are all 56. Oh, not all of them, but below 60. And the thing that starts at 60, these are 61s. Very nice. The thing that starts at 60 is the chaos recipe. Okay, but back from the start. If I would like to state a bold statement. If you follow this guide, you're gonna get to merciless. First, let's see what my passives looks like. I guess I'm not too efficient with the points. Actually, I have 4 points left to allocate. I started out with spell damage. I went out through here, and then I got the, somehow I needed to get out of the tree. I could have gotten out of the tree like through here, but then I decided to go for critical strikes. I think I want to spec out of this jewel, but I don't know. I spec'd out straight to lightning damage. I grabbed some life. It depends on your build. If I could have spec'd out of the tree through here and ignored this jewel. Later I spec'd into Eldritch Battery, which I think I grabbed it too early. You need to wait before grabbing it. Then I spec'd into more lightning damage. I grabbed this because of the actually I could have because of these knives I'm using. They need 81 dexterity to wield. I didn't really count on that. But they give +2 to lightning gems. They give critical strike. They give increased spell damage, and they add damage to spells, flat damage. And I've got arc, spark, and I'm sitting at 6k and 5k damage. But it doesn't show the real damage, because if I use a different kind of gloves, it especially gets confused on attack speed. For example, this doesn't increase my spells anyway, but if I take them off, oh, it doesn't change. I don't know, at some point I think it did, but oh, what else. Yeah, so then I spec'd into life. I think I should spec out of this jewel and instead grab this jewel here and head into more damage. These nodes. Even more lightning damage here. I grabbed these nodes, reduced mana. I grabbed these because I respec'd out of something else. This one is also, I think, on my build useless, because I'm not sure how much life regen do I have. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't show my life regen because of this node, I guess. But basically it's not too high. I should actually, let me see. I got a nice ring here with 13.2 life regen, so let's see what happens. disappeared. Oh yeah, so yeah, my energy shield region is my life region, so there you go, it works. So if you have gear, you know, I don't have gear, so I'm not really benefiting from this node much. You know, I guess this ring has a bit of, yeah, 3.7 life region. So you gotta be, you know, going into merciless, you really have to be very careful about how you spend your points. And from here on, I'm not really sure. I was just planning to go for life here, but I guess it's too much points now. Instead, well, I guess I'll grab this life, this node, damage node, and then we'll see how it goes. So that's my setup. I can survive, I guess, but it's not perfect. So the way you get through normal, it should be quite easy, quote unquote. And by that I mean Act 2 wall boss. When you get to wall in the ancient pyramid, it's a bit of a challenging fight. Next thing is in the crematorium you'll face, in Act 3 normal, it is where the game will really pick up. You know, you'll get crematorium, you have fire damage there, and you'll face piety for the first time, and it will test your lightning resistance, but not by too much, if you know what you're doing. And you know, in my first video in part 1 I mentioned, you know, but basically what I mean by that is if you max out your resistances, if you know that, you know, lightning damage does lightning damage, and your armor only works against physical damage, so you got to know all these little bits of, you know, knowledge. And just to make things interesting, I think I'll just go. I'm wearing my battle gear, so it's not gonna be too challenging on the mobs if I encounter somebody strong. This is how it looks like for me right now. I just cast a spell, and I cast my most hitting thing, and I wait for wall clarity, and that will give me, if I activate it when I reach the souls, it will last for 13 seconds, and I will be able to cast everything without using mana. And where is it? And I'm using increased duration to boost the 8.9 second duration. So there you go. What else? So when you get to, you know, Act 3, these areas should be quite easy. Well, I mean, there's one nasty guy in the like sewers, slum sewers. Oh crap. Oh, no, not this thing. Where is it? Yeah, so going forward, you'll go to Lunaris temple. Nothing to do in the catacombs. In the marketplace, if you want to do the side quest for Fairgraves, I'm not sure if he gives a respec point or not. You may want to grab it, but I'm not sure. Also, I keep messing up. When you're level 60, you'll get these divine orbs, not orbs, flasks. So you can stop collecting sanctified flasks, because if you vendor them, you know, use the usual vendor recipe, they don't give a higher tier flasks. You gotta start, you know, from scratch collecting new kind of flasks, you know, level 60 and more. So that's a pro tip right there. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Well, things happen, you know. Elemental weakness. I wonder what that is. This is a 6. What's it called? Six socket item. And if I sell that, I'll get 7 jeweler orbs. Yeah, so what I wanted to cover in this video, you know, when you get to, you know, when you get to Scepter of God, it will really test everything about your character. There are, you know, medium packs of monsters, but they hit hard. And they got all kinds of damages there. Especially it will test your armor, because from level 28 and to 32, you know, I couldn't find good armor for this level. Oh, flat modifiers were 200, 230. If you're running strength, it will be a bit higher, but nothing spectacularly big. So I think, you know, it felt like this oh, what's it called? I don't know. Well, this part is a bit challenging, but I don't know. When you watch other people, you know, play this area, they make it seem easy. Well, whatever. Then you get to Act 4 and it will again be very challenging, and I think, you know, going with a party is best. You can do it solo, but you really got to know what you're doing. In Cruel, you know, to complete Cruel, and I think also the end of Act 3, you got to master trading. So that's what I'm gonna focus on right now. Let's see. There's actually a very handy spell. So let's see. Starting from other things you might want to try out. You know, starting from Path of Exile, web page, home page. You know, you would register here, download. Well, either download the game from here or use Steam, because Path of Exile is on Steam now. So basically, a very useful thing is here on the forums. People post a lot of things. You can check out some builds, you know, pick your class, or if you want to follow the build I showed just now. Oh, I'm getting attacked. It always happens. They somehow find you. And so, yeah, that is helpful. And also this trading right here. I got a shop. I think it's open. No, it's not. If you want to sell stuff, you know, you can use this video from Ziggedy, learn about procurement. This is how the application looks like. It loads your items. And currently, where is it? Oh, come on. Currently I have like low level. Actually, this thing is too high as well. Nobody's gonna buy it. Or even one, whatever. And the big thing happens here. You know, you open your favorite browser, you type in poe.trade. It used to be poe.xyz. And what you would do here, when you, for example, you reach, you know, aforementioned end of Act 3, and you want to face Dominus, one of these quests. Yeah, this one. So you would open PoE trade and you could get some good rolls provided by other players. You know, selling stuff is a bit more complicated. You know, you gotta update your forum thread and be ready to receive requests. But buying something, for example, you would start with your level. You're looking for any item to help you out. You type in max level 32 or whatever, 30, and you don't want to see low level things. They could have good stats, but let's just say we want 28 to 32, and you would search online only, and it will give you results. You can click right here to sort them by the price, and as you can see, some of the gear, because the Talisman League has been running for quite some time, people have, at least in Softcore League, actually you can specify the league here, Talisman Hardcore, no, but depending on your league where you're searching, you would order things by price or however you feel like, but it gives you a lot of things, right? So for example, if you look at your stats in game, you know, you're not satisfied, for example, with fire resistance, then you could go into your inventory and check your gear. You could start with rings. Be very careful. For example, like me, I'm depending on stats, on dexterity stats, so I'm not really, it would be harder for me to update my, what's it called, amulet. For example, belts have armor. I didn't even know about that. So you could, let's say you want to find a good belt for now. You would go back, you know, you want the same levels. You would type in here belts, you know, select belts from here, and you would search for them. And as you can see, you know, you can't pay 10 chaos, you can pay 1 fusing. So then you go and see what would be really good for you. And if you decide, for example, health, you click on it and it sorts items by health, you know, bonus from highest to lowest for now, right now. And then you go through individual stats, and then, for example, you find something, this is chaos, this is unspecified price, this is alchemy, this is too high, and then you would, you know, you would think, okay, I need fire, and you would go back to the form. You would type in here, for example, fire resistance, or no, actually start with health, no, life, because we want life. Let's say 30 would be nice, I guess, because we searched, you know, and we found that there are belts for 60, what's called 69, and then you would search for fire resistance, like so. You would click on it and it would order by fire resistance and health. Huh. Maximum health. Oh, because of the strength, I guess. So then you can, you know, either specify it directly or sort them. I teach you this way because, you know, because you never know what the items are, so to speak. And then you would go through the selection, and for example you find this thing, yeah, it has 11 cold resist and it's quite cheap. Or you find something like even cheaper, maybe. Usually there are items for alt. We can also just, you know, without guessing, sort by price. For example, this thing. Did I specify? No, I didn't. Yeah, so you would sort them by price again, I guess, and then you would see, you know, it will have life because we specified it, and then you'd see 16 is not too high, 28 is okay, you know, at this level 28 you can't hope for too much more for a little price. And for example, if you want this belt, this looks really good, right? Very cheap. And for alteration is really, come on. And then you would click this button or link or JavaScript, so to speak. And for now, you know, it says copy to clipboard, and if you open your clipboard, you know, it copied this kind of text. And then what you do with that, you click that button, you go into the game. Hopefully, you know, you have the 4 alteration. I don't have it here, so I would use my teleport scroll, go to town. Actually, I should do that. You would hit enter. You would hit Ctrl V. You know, and then you would send it off. I don't want to send that off to him, but after you send and you receive like a reply or, you know, whatever, usually they will straight away add you to the party. And let's see if I can join some parties. Huh. Yeah, and then you would, when you join a party, you can right click someone's name and visit hideout. So pay attention what kind of nickname invites you to a party. It can differ from the one listed on here, because people play with a lot of different characters. And then you would right click and visit their hideout. That's how it usually happens. Or maybe they come to your hideout. You can arrange it, you know. And then when you're here, if they are, you know, if you're in the same area, they appear on your screen, and then you would right click them. Oh, there's no one here to demonstrate it. But basically you can right click other players and the same thing comes up, and a new option will appear, a trade. When you click that option, you can just, you know, it functions like a stash transfer. Then you hover over his items, you click accept, and the trade is successful. You know, you would transfer your 4 alterations into the new window and check out his item. You would get the hang of it. So that's how, you know, you find gear fast. Yeah, like this C trade. But I'm gonna go and leave this party. I click S and it shows this window, or you can use, I guess, this billboard, same thing. Yeah, so you can only visit hideout from a town, and you can only visit your hideout from a waypoint, from any waypoint, but you know. So yeah, if you want to sell stuff, best to use this thing, or you can create a shop thread manually through here, through trading, and you would say, let's see, I'm in standard talisman shops. You would go here, you create your post and do it manually. But if you post it in the correct format on the forums, people can find you through this useful application. And that's how you start. I think that's the best way. You specify your level, because you're never sure what you're looking for. Not always you're sure. So you could just generally go any gear. Let's see, any gear that is 64 but more than 60, and just let's look at what people sell. I got this gear. This thing does nothing. It has 168 gear shield. It has 20 quality. No, it's 0 quality, right? I don't know. Yeah, and this is how you would narrow down. Usually people have life on their gear. For me, armor value is quite important, because I tend, in my experience, I can show you off. For example, I'm in merciless in my character, but if I go to, for example, normal and Lunaris, it shouldn't take too much time. And you can do cruel solo, but especially the last areas like Wall Pyramid or the Scepter of God again, and even Piety, and these things. Oh man, don't get me started with the Harvest. If you have a very good gear and you know what you're doing, you can dodge, you can, how to maximize damage and defense. And if you find some good gear, then of course you can do things. And merciless is the same as cruel, because of the area. See, 56, 57. You get a little, not a little, but quite the drop in your resistances, so you will have to re-max them again. You'll have to, best thing is to use the gear that other people sell, because I tried to farm for my own gear, but the rolls are never as good as the ones on sale, and they are quite cheap for the most part. Let me see. Well, I guess I can tell you about my previous character. This thing, I started in Domination League back when it was open, and now it's a standard league character because Domination is ended. Basically what I did with this, what ended up becoming of this was like I ended up with a glass cannon character. I dealt moderate amount of damage, but not enough, and I couldn't tank anything. You know, even regular mobs were hitting quite hard. So I hope this guide helped in some way. You know, I suggest you cheese your way through these end bosses. Sure, you will rank up some deaths if you rush through, but really, you know, there's no reason to. The bosses are like, you know, HP sponges. They fight unfair, and if you get into merciless, low levels are the same as cruel. You know, I didn't feel much different. They just remax your resistances and just continue business as usual. And I spoke to some higher level guy, and actually I got really lucky. Somebody in a general chat offered maps, and look at what I got. I got all these low level maps for free. He wanted to clear his inventory, and I got a little bit more here somewhere. Yeah, here. It's crazy how many maps just one guy gave me. It's crazy. So yeah, you know, don't hang around the lower tier difficulties just because you can't get past them. You know, just join a party, cheese your way through. Or if you can't find anyone, which I find it hard to find some people, because in the harvest, for example, you need to get to the final boss. You need to clear 3 quest triggers, and if you join a party late, and they will not come back to help you with usually. You can get lucky arranged, for them to come back, help you out with the quest triggers, but usually people just rush ahead, and for some reason all of them do insane amount of damage, but because they know what to buy, I'm not really an expert, I probably should have a 5-link item or even a 6-link item, but I don't have it. I have my damage skills on 3-link. But I spoke to a higher level guy, and he said that merciless difficulty is not about damage, it's about surviving. So you want to cap out your resistances. I haven't done that yet, only with lightning for now. Because I just got here, and what I wanted to do is equip my IIR gear, that stands for increased item rarity, and just go to town with chaos recipe, chaos orb. Well, I mean, maybe it didn't help you much, but if you want to get higher into Path of Exile, you really need to understand which things deal fire damage, which things monsters deal lightning damage, and that these resists, they don't go higher than 75, but sometimes you get a curse on you, and it lowers your resistance, and then it's good to have a little bit more than over 75, like specified here, so you have safety bracket to work with, and it will not go lower than actual 75, because it really helps out. For me, it's mostly physical damage that I'm struggling with. Actually, I run out of things to say. You know, don't focus too much on the stats. You know, if you're an intelligence character, you can go ahead and get some strength, get some dexterity because of the other gear, and the other skills like Arctic armor is a dexterity based skill. These are all strength based. I'm not leveling them up because if I de-equip my gear, my strength is at something, I don't know. Well, it's quite low. So resistance is in being able to swap out gears, you know, like on the fly mostly. That's what I wanted to cover here. You know, at level 60 the flasks change completely except for specialized flasks like Quicksilver. So health flasks and mana flasks. You know, I went ahead and gathered a lot of these. I was going to transmute them and try to get a roll of either cautious like here or panicked. You know, use alteration orbs and get a roll on them. But when I finally found out the hard way that these flasks pretty much become useless once you get these flasks, then yeah, you know, everything changes again. And you know, at level 60 you really need to discard most of your old gear and refocus your attention, because when you hold Alt over an item it shows item level. See, it doesn't usually show it, but when hovering, and it works also in chat items. Oh, come on, no items link. Well, whatever. Yeah, to hold Alt. You know, I used to have different kinds of talismans from eye levels, but then I just, you know, gave up. Because if you have 5 different talismans and you encounter a stone altar, you can summon monsters with a next tier talisman, and it's easy to get these tier 1 talismans. It's a bit, you know, more time consuming to get tier 2 talismans, but it's possible. And tier 3 talisman collecting is way slowed down. You know, you need to find every time. You need to find stone altar. The zones are randomized. The broken bridge has a, you know, talisman, but it's, you can you know, refresh the zone and go hunting for it again, but it takes time. Let's see if I can find it. I guess I could also talk about item filters. I haven't. Oh man, these balls, floating balls. So see, even if an item is on the ground, you can press Alt and check it out. But it's the right item level. But it's of the wrong type, because I already have this type in here. Oh, these are nice. These drop these corrupted skills. But if you die, I think there's a big chance if you die you don't get the skill, but instead the divine card or divination card, or however they're called. Actually, I'm rambling. Yeah, so it's, you know, because the zones are randomized every time, it's hard to find them. And you see, like, these mobs are really easy, and what you need to watch out for is for these special monsters. They pack considerably more punch than the regular guys. It used to be around here somewhere, but now the altar hasn't spawned anywhere close by, so I would need to every time search for. That's why I'm just keeping the talismans in my inventory, so whenever I come across what's it called, an altar, I can use it straight away, and then I portal back to town. If I have talismans in my stash, I just grab them. These guys are here only for experience. You don't need to, you know, you can just run past them most of the time. So yeah, through trading, clever gear. I'm not wearing the best gear, I should update it, but I can't find anything intelligence based with higher armor than 700, so I need to somehow. These boots are nice, but they are, oh, they're item level 66 actually. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, but I have strength buffed up way too high. From the nodes, or from, I don't know from where exactly, but it's artificially boosted up from this. Oh yeah, from the belt as well, and from this amulet. Oh, not too much from the amulet. I think 11 strength from here. I don't know. Ah, so whatever works, you know. But there's also this nifty spell. Let's turn off. There's a reset button here. We want online. Portal. I want to check it out. Yeah, this thing. Huh? So this is a spell that creates a portal. Actually, I should go ahead and search it on the useful wiki. Portal gem. Gamepedia. Path of Exile. So this is colorless gem, can be placed into any socket that performs the same function as a portal scroll, creating a portal to the current act's town. So I think you can use it at level 10, character level 10, and that's like mind-boggling. You know, I've been collecting all these scrolls. You know, I don't know where to store them. Where is it? No, I got this collection here, and it's like, come on, I could have a skill gem with a portal, you know. It's very useful for loot drops, loot runs. Actually, I should sell this thing. Don't even need 7 jeweler orbs. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, well, I hope it helps you get into merciless. You know, trading is a big part of it, and you know, knowing what to buy also very important. If you, for example, if you're going for chaos inoculation, then you don't need to grab any life nodes, because maximum life becomes 1, so you don't need to grab these, you know, like I did. And And I suggest, you know, to get through Cruel easier, you should just refund your Eldritch Battery if you went Eldritch Battery. Get through Cruel, you know, don't worry about mana. Either use Wall Clarity, but if you can't find it, maybe you can buy it for cheap. But if you can't do it anything, just use flasks and use portal scrolls to go back to town and back into the fight. Just cheese your way through any way you can, because I don't know, you run out of mana fast because it costs 40 mana per cast, 31 mana per cast. And this reserves 25% of mana. And if you put some modifiers on it, it drains mana. Or, you know, goes up into the percentage faster. And the basic idea is to get into Act, I don't know which one, Act 3 I guess, where the map device gets unlocked, or maybe you can use it from other acts, I don't know. Haven't explored that far yet. Or just level the masters and get access to your own personal device in your hideout. I got some maps for free. It was really lucky, but you know, I don't know when the maps start dropping. I heard that Piety drops maps on Merciless, so I don't know. And maps unlock higher zones, you know, because the quests only go, I don't know how far they go, but not too far. So level 75, level 80, 89, you know, you would only get through maps. But maps are very dangerous, so, you know, if you... Some people say the game only starts really starts from Merciless, but in comparison, Cruel, you know, same thing as Act 1 end of normal difficulty, Act 3 end. If you can get through here, you're pretty much set for Cruel, and Cruel is very much similar to Merciless. You know, just continue updating your gear, gather some currency, you know, check for low priced items, and also, you know, be very careful about specifying your where is it? Strength, you know, max strength you would go for 80, for example, if you on your character. If you're intelligence based, you would go 120 if you're strength based, or even higher, I don't know. Gear doesn't require too much stats at first, but when you get into end of Cruel and into Merciless, you really need to pay attention. Because, for example, if you buy a new amulet and it doesn't have strength bonus, you need to, you know, go into your inventory, unequip it, and check out what your stats would be with the new amulet, with the old one gone, I mean. So, but you'll get into the groove. I'm just telling you now what to look out for. And hopefully you'll make it to Merciless. It takes a little bit of time. Even if somebody opens you waypoints, you cannot farm higher difficulty zones because of the experience cap. So whatever your character level is, you know, higher levels somewhere around, I don't know the formula exactly, somewhere around 70 to get to 71 to 72 it requires exponentially more experience than before, but you also can farm any zone effectively. You know, like if you're level 75 and you go into a level 90 zone, you would farm it for 100 XP. But I tried it with, if you're level 6 for example and you go to an area of level 12 like I did, I boosted my way, you know, with opening waypoints and whatever. You cannot farm it for 100% efficiency, so there's a formula. Whatever your character level is, like below or up 4 levels or 5, that's about the tell. You would farm for 100% efficiency. Otherwise you cannot power level through the game. And also quite important thing to remember is where the passives are. And if you go into, I think it was passives command, yeah. So Fairgraves gives a passive point without needing to level up. You know, you just complete his quest here in Act 1 in any difficulty. I think Flooded Depths, the Granddaddy Crab gives one. Ferted Pool gives a respec point, I think. I'm not sure how it goes. Yeah, Dweller of the Deep gives. Fairgraves gives. Bandits, of course, bandits have their own rewards. The Way Forward, yeah, I guess. Piety. This one is in Act 3 in the warehouse, in the sewers of Market Warehouse and slums. This one is in the library, I think. Or maybe it's the Fairgraves from Docks. I don't know. Can't remember. Indomitable Spirit. No, a Swig of Hope with Indomitable Spirit. We don't even have it. No, the library is a fixture of fate, but oh well. Maybe it's somewhere else. Oh well, whatever. I don't know. Oh, this one. Oh, that one. That's the new quest. That's why I'm not familiar with it. Yeah, so basically in the mines, level 2, you find a guy that's trapped. You click on him. He gets released. And the quest is complete. You go back to town. You get your reward. You get a book that gives you a respec passive point, and it's quite important to collect those passive points from all difficulties. Just go back when with high level, breeze through them, breeze through the side areas. Well, this is going on too long. I guess if you have specific questions, you just leave them down in the comments and I'll make part 5 or something of basics video. Thanks for watching.